Hello, hello, and welcome to episode 26 of Gilganos playing Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. We are here with the second part of patch 7.2, and obviously, I can't wait for what's lying ahead of us. Let's go, go, go. Last time we got into the Underkeep and followed it all the way down to, you know, this person. Right after we were, well, we had an attempted assassination. We had an assassination attempt against our life. So, I'm pretty grudged up. Calix's trail has led you to Alexandria's castle into a wicked trap. Seeking to take more precise measurements of your strength, Calix pits you against a mechanical guardian forged from Sphyn's memories of Zelenia, the second in command of the Royal Knights. The Queen implores you to lay this affront her dear friend's honor to rest. Make ready to test your mettle against one of Alexandria's finest blades. Queen's Knight, Zelenia. Could have called her Beatrix, you know?
I am Zelenia, Triantafili, Royal Knight of Alexandria, and sworn blade of Her Majesty the Queen.
It was really nice of her to just stand there for quite some time until I could assemble all my friends, I guess. Ready when you are. Come on, tank.
Upon my blade I swear, no harm shall come to Her Highness.
You will not defile Zelenia's memory any longer.
That was an interesting one.
Feel the sting of my divine blade!
I know this technique. You must keep moving.
Oh, thank you. Oh, okay, that's not exactly what I expected, but I guess that works.
At you.
Whoa. Okay.
Fall!
Holy hazard. Okay. I mean, so far so easy.
It should be recreated so faithfully.
Is she talking about Zelenia or about Beatrix? To be fair, I don't know exactly how... Well, Thunder Slash is, I'm pretty sure.
Heavens roar!
A skill of Beatrix, right?
Fall!
I don't really know how the others are called, to be honest, because I only played Final Fantasy IX in German back in the days.
Have care. Zelenia was capable of much, much more.
I remember that. He whoops your ass like 3 times
The soul of a royal knight!
in the story. Eh. Just when the 2 minutes came up. Ooh.
For the honor and glory of Alexandria, I strike!
Are you reducing us to 1 HP? Well, that would not really make sense, to be honest, but I'm expecting to do that at some point. Ooh, there are the roses. That's perfectly timed with the theme, oh my god.
No more games!
Quickly.
Oh, now we're
away from
talking.
the sigils. The sigils channel magic. Be on your guard.
Okay. Okay, well, that was less spectacular than I thought it was gonna be.
Fear my wrath.
You must brace for blade and magic both.
Have at you.
Oh no. Oh, what was power break? Oh yeah, left side slash in this case.
Taste my steel.
Block break. Pretty sure that's also one of her skills, right? Yeah, I think that's another one that reduces to 0, to 1, right? Kinda looked like it.
There is no
I love this. This is so good. It's shameless fan service, but it's, I don't know. Sometimes shameless fan service is everything you want, right? We do something with that? Oh no, it just goes through. Okay. As it seems. Ah, okay. Oh, what? Dang. And it goes to the north, okay. What?
I know this is merely a reconstruction.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And yet...
Didn't think we could walk onto the pizza slices. Just like that, without anything happening.
Pledged my life to the kingdom.
Did you? But you're fighting against your queen right now. I don't look. Yeah, okay.
Have at you. My resolve shall never
Dawn
waver.
Catharsis.
I
It looks-
have sworn to protect my queen.
It looks pretty so far,
Die before I yield.
but mechanically it's not that special so far.
Have at you.
Still pretty cool. Like, not difficult, but still it keeps you on your toes, you know? It's really cool doing this as a Viper, actually. Because it really flows well with the toolkit and the rotation of the Viper. I kinda like it. Even though it's not super special, except for the music. The music is freaking gorgeous. Is she already repeating mechanics, kinda, right? Oh, Maybe she has the second phase, who knows, right? Still not sure what the...
Taste my steel.
What the pizza slices exactly do.
Rage and royal! Have at you!
Thanks, keep standing in the AoE. That was it?
A disgraceful display. Forgive me, my queen.
We did already get tombstones and stuff, so that's probably gonna be what it was probably it. That was a little disappointing, wow. Spectacular music, great animations. Just kind of, you know, like the same thing over and over again. Obviously, I'm really looking forward to doing this on Extreme, which we're gonna do the day after tomorrow. Blind, actually. But yeah, apart from that.
Did you get what you needed?
Back to that guy.
I did. Though these figures will complicate matters.
But then again, obviously it was a mandatory trial, right? We did have difficult mandatory trials before, I guess. But I feel like often, you know, like the main scenario quest trials that aren't like the last one of the expansion or something are usually a little bit easier than, you know, like optional ones, I would feel. Even if the story map, because, you know, like people do have to get past it, right? But yeah, kind of disappointing to have a, you know, like have it first try. That's not the Beatrix I know. I expected to wipe at least 2 times.
Is that so? Well, if we are done here, then I shall end the transmission. Hold it!
Hold it right there, imposter. That's my throne.
You have no scruples about thus defiling
Right.
the memories of Zelenia. Then there is no way we will ever see eye to eye. You are not fit to be entrusted with the cherished memories of Alexandrians.
You think she cares? Because I don't think she does.
I, for one, have no wish to employ the fruits of my research in this manner. It is a waste of time and effort. But since I relinquished my flesh long ago, I must resort to every conceivable method, so long as the hero insists on keeping the key.
Oh yeah, we do insist. As I said, you know, like I don't have it with me. It's like, it's at home, like right next to my bed. Why would I carry it with me?
Objective. With the key, we would be able to harvest ether from other reflections and bring forth more endless.
Yeah, but we don't want you to bring forth more endless.
We could give this
Because
task
death is a natural thing.
not only to the people of the Ninth, but to those of the Source as well. I see no reason why you should reject such a boon.
Well, maybe you should try thinking from someone else's perspective then, and not just your own. Yeah. Also that, yeah, you know, like we have friends in other reflections, and there are people too. It won't let you lay a finger on the reflections.
How miserly you are. But unless you're willing to compromise, you won't be able to save anyone or anything.
Why?
Well, I'd say our conversation has run its course.
Bye.
Ultimately, what you think is immaterial. For the seeds we've sown have already quickened. The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it.
Probably.
And thus does my role come to an end. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Calyx.
What, they're just gonna leave us here? Oh, come on, we need your sass.
As a token of gratitude,
He's boring
for
alone.
consenting to my tests, I leave you with a gift. Be sure to take it with you.
A gift? I don't like where this is going. An iPad? Oh, thank you. Not that I needed one. That's my gift. Oh, the crown. Which is a regulator, I think, right? With probably with the memories of Bean, right? Hello, Kay. Zelenia was kind, but she could be stern, a pillar of strength when I ascended the throne in troubled times. Not only did she protect me, she also buoyed my spirit whenever I threatened to buckle under the pressures of my station. By preserving her memory and honor, you've done more for me than you could know. Thank you, Yomi. Descent to the Foundation. Complete. Shared paths. Fiend stands in silence.
Zelenia, it pains me to think that you're gone too.
Everybody's gone. They're all dead, girl. Sorry.
Aha! Oh, we found you at last.
Dang. At least finally we could do something without Wuklamot, right? The first time in this expansion we actually beated a big enemy without her being around. Woohoo! I just realized.
You had us quite worried when you suddenly disappeared. What in the world happened?
That's already a win for in itself, right? Already the best patch of the expansion. Including the base game.
Then preservation's objective is indeed what Calyx claimed.
I really like where this is going so far. I really like what they're doing with the story right now.
And to refer to theirs as the ninth, that raises some questions.
Yes, questions that might be answered in future expansions, and that's the great thing about it. That's what I was missing from the base game, from the 7.0 patch so much, right? But it seemed just like, yeah, here we have a story. Oh yeah, no building for another expansion or any other overarching story, unfortunately, but finally they're doing it. At least I hope so. I mean, it might still be that this is a Fandaniel thing, because, you know, like, Calyx also looks kind of like Fandaniel, right? So the worst thing that could happen is that it's kind of like Fandaniel, that it keeps going in the patches, but then, you know, like at level 103, which sounds weird to say, now that I think about it, if they just keep raising the level cap, it's just going to be gone, and then suddenly there is, I don't know, more Loporrids and a completely different arc starting, right? That would be kind of weird. I really didn't like that too much in Endwalker, where it's just like, it's just a Fandaniel arc started after Shadowbringers, and then ended during Endwalker. It just felt weird, you know, like. So I hope they don't do that again. And instead we hopefully get, you know, like an expansion finally again where it has one story going from the start to finish, and not one half of a story finishing and then another half beginning, and it being weird and pacing being even weirder, right? But yeah, hey, next expansion is very, very far on the horizon, right? So let's not think too much about it. But this is great. I like where this is going. This is great. I hope they keep doing good things like this, and I hope they keep... but I hope they will be using this potential that they are building here.
Indeed. But for now, I'm just glad the two of you are safe. Oh, right. While we were scouring the castle for you, we came upon a room that looked like a library.
By learning about the Alexandria of old, we may gain valuable insights into preservation. Might we take a number of books with us?
Did you by chance find an enemy that, you know, like, when you hit it with the right amount of damage, it opened a side in the book where there was a blue enemy inside that you couldn't hit? I just realized that we had those in Great Google Library already, right? They didn't work like that, but they looked like that. But yeah, that was an optional boss in Final Fantasy IX, when you went to the library of Alexandria Castle. It worked exactly like that, so... that would have been fun.
So books still remain. Of course. You are welcome to any that may be of use.
On the old books that nobody looked after, in a humid atmosphere like this. But then again...
If you don't mind, could we take a look around here first? I'm especially curious about the area over by the throne.
I really don't have too much... I really don't know much about preservation of books, obviously. But I think, like, the biggest problem... Well, not the biggest problem, but a big problem with books is when they are being stored too dry, they just fall apart at some point, right? But then again, too wet also doesn't sound like... Wouldn't they like mold or something like that? I don't know. I guess both worlds aren't good, right?
This tiara, it was hers, the Endless Fiend's. What's it doing here?
We left them here. Calyx said it was a
It's
gift for us.
regulator, I believe.
Yes.
It contains the data of the Endless Fiend's
Yes.
memories. Calyx likely used it to create the simulant. Which means that as long as the tiara is in our keeping, we shouldn't need to deal with any more simulants.
Don't you think it's also gonna be a trap? You know, like he's depositing that with us and at some point he's gonna use it somehow. And as usual, we are walking straight into it, right?
He would abandon it though. Perhaps because the simulant already played her role, like she said. Or Calyx made a copy of the memories.
Or it's all a plan. Carefully laid
In any
out.
case, not much
For stupid
information
people to pick it up.
appears to remain on this terminal. But I'll make it so we can access it remotely from the back room.
So you're just gonna leave it there? Yeah, I like that. Oh, never mind, she's taking it with her. Oh wait, no, it was... What? Oh, she's doing something behind the throne, okay. Obviously, Sphene is gonna take it with her.
Contains the memories of another me. The tale of her journey as Queen of Alexandria. Might I hold on to this tiara? You may examine it whenever you wish, of course.
I would say yes, but please place it somewhere where it couldn't, you know, like... explode anything important, or if it turns back into another simulant Sphene, she couldn't do anything, so... Best place it in a safe or something like that. That would probably be best, yes. Isn't that usually where you put the tiara anyways, right?
For the best, I think. Does that work for you, Shale?
No objections from me.
Really? Wow. I'm telling ya.
Alright, I'm finished. Let's head
Probably
to the
part of a
library
bot
and then back
network.
outside.
And then they're just gonna DDoS Oblivion servers or something like that. Well, I guess it would be a DOS, not a DDoS, if it comes from one device, right? Really, we're just leaving it there?
Farewell, Zelenia.
Bye, have a nice time. They're just leaving it there. Well, okay, I guess what else could they be doing right now, right? Okay, I see that. Well, that's a weird timing for a quest jingle, I guess. Calyx seems to consider the reflections not but fields to be harvested for his endless. I do not make habit of dismissing the assertions of others out of hand, but I cannot abide such callous... I see what he did there. Disregard for life. The interference made it impossible to locate you and prevented link pearl transmissions beside. Apologies that we couldn't be there for the critical moment, but as usual you found a way to handle matters. Yes, I'm very glad. I'm very thankful that you couldn't be there in time. Thank you. Thank you. I wish that would have been the case for other big trials in this expansion already. That would have really been great, but thank you. Thank you, Square Enix, for doing it. Based on the geographic data I gathered, it seems the inner section containing the castle served as a residential area during the early stages of Everkeep's construction. The outer section was then added when they expanded the structure into its present-day shape. I expect a system to dry the earth was installed so that they could build a stable foundation on submerged land. And probably preserve the books, right? I don't know, maybe. I'm glad everyone's safe. The Endless Fiend was just a projected image outside living memory, so it was a bit of a surprise to see an actual item that belonged to her. On the way back, I asked Shale why the tiara might have been in the throne room. She believes that it was being used to record Spheen's action. There's no way to tell now whether or not it was with her knowledge. But it can't be used for questionable ends anymore. Really? Are you sure about that? Because I'm not. So we can at least take comfort in that. Simlant gave the impression that she wouldn't be back, but I suppose only time will tell, and at present we have no further leads on Calyx. For now perhaps you could take a moment to contact our friends. It would be good to catch each other up on recent developments, and I am certain everyone would appreciate hearing from you. Me? Are you talking about me? Sure. I guess I can do that. Who will he contact? Alfie now, I guess. Ah, excellent timing, my friend. I had in mind to call you myself to see how you were faring. Everything's fine. I know, see you next time. Alex. While something was obviously afoot, I couldn't have imagined that such an individual would be involved. As well, you were able to prevent the simulant from showing further uncertainty. That said, her absence may have consequences. Oh no, no more Endless. Boo. The people of Alexandria still have great trust in Sphene. This is plain in the way they speak of her even now, and in how the simulant was able to win them over. When they notice she has ceased to appear again, rumor and worry will spread. We must be mindful of any pronounced shift in the mood of the populace. But forgive me, it's been battle after battle for you, hasn't it? We can handle ourselves for now, so pray rest up while you can and recover your strength. Dang, this is gonna be a really short episode. Oops. Oh, we can contact all of them. Alright. Let's contact Erenville next. Yummy, this is a surprise. Has Uklamat gotten into trouble again? Fortunately not. I see. Knowing you, I expect you're already looking forward to the next obvious trap. Try not to overdo it. Yeah! Thank you for... I love Erenville. Thank you for pointing it out. Thank you so much. This is No, now I get it. We're not actually falling into the traps. We know it's a trap, but we're like... Maybe this one is gonna finally be a challenge, right? Let's see. I like that view. Warrior of Light is not actually super dumb, confirmed. I'm in the outskirts at the moment. I've been helping the people with their work and talking to those I meet to gauge their sentiment. It's been uneventful for the most part, but there was one notable development. Following recent events, some here stopped wearing regulators. This has led to a disparity in what people remember about the Queen's death, and the occasional episode of confusion. I'll be sure to let you know if there are any other changes. Alize. Yes, hello. Yummy? For you to call out of the blue. Is something wrong? What, can I not check in with my friends? Well, actually, I wouldn't do that on my own, I guess. Well, at least finally we are also using a link pearl on our own at some point, right? He's probably screaming in our head, right? What? You went all the way to the bottom of the Everkeep and you didn't think to ask me to come? Yes, my lovely branch, it's okay. Wait, no, I am the branch, right? What was Titania again? Oh no, I was the sapling, she is the branch, yeah, right. Yes, okay, my branch, my lovely branch. It's okay, my lovely branch. But I suppose I've been fairly busy myself. Foxy power. He's doing the good work. I'm pleased to say that we've received permission to begin administering the cure to Levin sickness to citizens. I'm actually due to visit a boy named Milos shortly to see how he's responding to his treatment. Oh, he already did treat him, okay. You've met him before with Lamati, I believe. Yes, thanks for reminding me. I did remember that, but thanks for reminding me. The two of you should attend as well if you have time. I guess there's no way around it, right? Imagine if she just didn't answer. If it isn't yummy, is something the matter? Nope, everything's fine. So preservation is behind the recent intrigue. Doesn't surprise me. I'm glad to hear you. Why did we call each of them in like one by one instead of just calling a meeting and telling them in person or something? It's not like there was some time pressure or anything, right? I'm glad to hear you are none the worse for your trial. I mean, obviously I understand why they did it from a gameplay perspective, right? But from a logistics perspective, why telling the same story 4 times if you could have just, you know, like went on tea party with all of them? As for myself, I've just concluded a meeting with Gosan. I told him about the cure for Levin sickness and we formed a tentative plan to treat all those who are stricken. I'm now otherwise unoccupied, so I shall take a look around the government sector to see if aught is amiss. And if this Calyx is obsessed with the key, then I ought to begin studying it in the earnest as well. So that he can steal it from you and not from me. That makes perfect sense, right? I feel nothing wrong about that. I thought I heard Alisa yelling. I hope everything is alright. Well, I guess it's just the usual, you know, it's the hormones, teenagers. I see you were able to reach everyone. That is well. It irks me to think we're being led on by Calyx, but I'll do my best to find clues on his passage. I'll take a look at the preservation terminal. Hopefully there'll be something useful. Didn't he say exactly that before as well? Being able to contact people so far away so easily can do wonders for your peace of mind. Link pads really are convenient things. Yeah, very convenient, I agree. What did the others have to say, if I may ask? They are mostly curing people of Levin sickness using proxies. I think that was the gist of the matter, right? They finished treating Milos, then we have to go and visit him. Well, I mean, they said we had to, you know, like, they still need to see how he's reacting to the treatment, but okay. Would you mind if I... Voice crack. Would you mind if I accompanied you? I understand he's afflicted with the self-same condition as I was, and I cannot help but worry for him. Of course, we don't mind at all. Also, he probably likes you. Like, pretty much. Queen's Fiend. Which isn't this Fiend, but Queen's Fiend. So that's gonna be weird. Obviously, they have to push this weird situation onto us, right? In the meantime, I shall take myself around Solution 9 and see how things are. I share Alfino's concern about the Queen's absence, and even setting that aside, the situation is not like to resolve itself without becoming endless remains an option, while becoming. Okay. I had been meaning to visit some shops, so I shall join Cryle. No, join me, Ra! Boo! While everyone's out and about, I'll try to pick up Calyx's trail. I'll see if I can dig up some information about the key of Y'shtola as well. I help you. I'm helping! I'm the king! I'm helping! It seems we all have things to do. Still there's no telling what else Calyx might have planned. So please be careful, everyone. Right, let's go to Milos' apartment. It's in residential radius 914, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because obviously 911 is not the one we're visiting anymore. You know, after the bomber had his way. Yes, I'm 12 years old, obviously. Yeah, but that's 911. 914 is on the right, right? Isn't this 911? Oh no, this is 914. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, right. We can just enter this apartment like that. It doesn't look like an apartment. I mean, look at this. Like, why is there so much empty space? What are they doing with all of this empty space? Are they running circles the whole day? I don't know. This is a really cool... Oh my god, I didn't even realize it last time. I would like a TV like that. I don't appreciate that food though. Who has an apartment like that? Are you kidding me? Right. I understand my endless self visited me this often. I will keep quiet so as to not draw suspicion. At least someone is thinking here. Look, Milos is sitting up. I'd seen the treatment before, so I knew it would work, but it's still so amazing. Elisa and Y'shtola are miracle workers. No, it's the Porxies, actually. It really has nothing to do with them. But then again... Oh, the Porxies were Master Matoya's idea, right? So it really has nothing to do with Elisei and Y'shtola, but okay. It's so good to see you again, and a delight to know that you and Elisei are friends. She's been very kind to us. There you are. Next time something isn't offing, you had better remember to call on me. Yes, my lovely branch. Okay, my lovely branch. Hello. You came before with Queen's Fiend. I'm glad you came again. I believe he'll be fine now, but just for good measure I'll administer a healing spell. He should be jumping with joy. I mean, you know, like, isn't it like the first time in his life he can actually really move? Imagine how that must feel.
I once hoped that Milos at least might be made an endless. Then he wouldn't need to suffer anymore. You feel different now?
Guess it's pretty much the same.
Thanks to Alizé, Milos is on the road to recovery. He can grow up and live a normal life.
Yep. Oh, from here on out, I guess. Nobody's gonna replace his childhood.
To grow old with him, as his mother, and not something else.
He's, you know, probably gonna be pretty socially awkward. Not having been around other children and stuff like that, right? Foxy. They really are a Swiss Army knife, right?
I'm glad to say.
Thank you, Alizé.
You're welcome, Milos. Now, you'll feel breathless for a little while still, but don't fret.
But yeah, obviously.
It'll get easier to speak with time.
You know, especially since his muscles are not used to doing anything but lying around, right? Obviously, he'll be out of breath
said, we can't
immediately all the time.
Possibility of a relapse. As a precaution, I would keep him away from lightning-infused objects.
Isn't like Electrope all around us?
Does that include regulators?
And Electrope, which is literally all around us?
It does.
Dolby Digital, all around you.
If it's difficult for you to part with something that you've worn for
Dolby Surround or whatever.
long, though, so it's entirely up to you.
I mean, couldn't they just administer another treatment?
For Milos' sake, I will do it.
If they needed to.
And if the environment here isn't good for him, I must consider moving outside the dome.
You two would be more than welcome.
I mean, we don't know if that's the case, right? It's just, it might be the case. We can still do that, you know, like, if there is a relapse.
It's very assuring to hear that. If you don't mind, could you tell me about the process?
How would you even survive in Tuliyola? I mean, I would assume, you know, like having to work and live in Tuliyola is very, very different from having to live and work in Solution 9. It's like me as a course instructor and IT person.
I can talk again.
Like suddenly having to work, I don't know, a dock worker shift or something like that. I mean, like, okay.
Before, I couldn't even thank my mother for caring for me. But now we can talk lots. I can tell her that I'm happy.
I just realized it.
My hair.
I just realized it. They did that deliberately, right? Because when I first saw his very first dialogue, I was like, hey, doesn't that sound like Meteor? And now he's talking, I'm really like realizing, hey, doesn't he sound like Meteor?
Your mother
Coincidence? I think not.
as well, I'm sure.
Queen's Fiend always cheered me up. Always said that she would cure me. Today, I'll practice walking with Mother. And next time,
You'll go running.
I'll go and visit you.
Thank you for explaining everything.
We'll come again to check on you. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. Right. Let's get going, shall we?
We
Please
shall.
come back soon.
Would
do
you like
this.
to be friends?
good to see Milos doing so well.
The endless me gave him the strength to hang on, and she didn't rely on any special power to do so.
She wanted her people to be happy. Even though we had to fight, her love for them was very real, and it reached Milos.
I wish to be there to watch him grow as well. To make my way beside the people of Alexandria. In the name of his evolution, Calyx has wrought much unease and misery, and I cannot condone his path. No, I shall forge ahead on a path of my own.
Forging ahead was the theme of last expansion.
Memory of my other self.
Shared paths, complete. Da-ba-da-da. Meanwhile. No? No meanwhile? Not yet. I wish the Endless Fiend could have been here to see Milos. As I... well, okay, the old one, okay, yes. As I treated Milos with Angela, I couldn't help but think of Gabu and Halric. I wonder how they've been. I mean, you can always check on Gabu. I could go check on Halric if you want me to. Seekers of Eternity. They said the thing! That's the name of the patch! Venus in higher spirits. Milos is a kind and brave boy. It did me well to see him. One day I hope that I can speak with him about my other self. Come, let us return to the back room, and on the way let us pick up treats for our friends. A little gift to show our appreciation for their hard work. Sure. I would also like a treat. Didn't I also work hard? For once. You know? I did actually do something right for once. Uh-oh.
Citizens of Alexandria, please be advised. The distribution of neo-regulators has concluded.
Dum-dum-da.
We ask that all recipients equip their regulators and promptly complete device registration.
Uh-oh.
The evolution of our kind is at hand. Together we shall rise above death and bask in the infinite possibilities of eternal life.
What is this?
Evolution? What evolution?
The glorious evolution! Sorry, wrong franchise.
Those with neo-regulators will become endless, apparently.
Hmm.
You mean there's no more? Well, don't you feel lucky?
Yeah, this one is black, right? This is the new one, I guess. Neo-regulator. Oh, we're gonna see what happens to them. Yay!
Don't look at me like that. Queen's Fiend said there were only so many.
I haven't registered mine yet. The more I thought about it, the more unsure I felt about becoming an Endless.
Well, you should probably better take it off then. Like, right now.
Well, I registered right away. Anything to stop those terrible nightmares of being killed by mechanical soldiers.
This is fine.
Ultimately, what you think is immaterial. For the seeds we've sown
This is
have
fine.
already quickened. The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it.
Finally, we're back to Ascian schemings, even without Ascians. Presumably.
I see. The terror of their first encounter with death still lingers in their hearts. Having previously been spared even the idea of it, they know not how to handle the emotions.
The funeral was meant to give everyone the chance to come to terms with loss. To grieve and move forward together. But everyone who was wearing a regulator had their memories of that moment erased.
Well, changed, not erased.
And to see those oblivious, happy souls, those who remembered must have wondered if it might not be better to be like them. To go back to a time when death didn't exist.
And now they've been presented with the chance to do just that by becoming an endless. It's not hard to see.
I mean, yes, we are aware of all of that. Thank you. We are aware of the psychological innings going on here. But thanks for pointing it out, I guess.
If this fear of death continues to spread among the people, what will become of Alexandria? The gifts for our friends will have to wait. We should return to the back room at once.
Really kind of problematic here that we don't have any gauge of how big Alexandria actually is. Is it thousands of people? Is it tens of thousands? Is it 100? I mean, it's more than 5,000, obviously, right? Because I have 5,000 regulators. But is it like millions, like it looks? Because so far we didn't really see any, any dynamics in the population of Alexandria, right? Obviously, they were sad and they were terrified and traumatized. But right after the war was over, it seemed like they just went back to where they were before, even with death. I mean, they're still like coping with what the heck do we do with this death thing. But we didn't really see any consequences of that, right? It still just looks as before, and people are just walking around as before, and the Arcadian is still going as before. So yeah, I don't know. I wonder what's gonna happen. Yeah, if there's something gonna happen. I really wonder what the next patch is gonna be about it, because next patch is supposed to wrap up the story of Dawntrail then, right? But at this point, I can't even imagine like what exactly is the open plot point here.
Oh, you're safe.
Well, the key obviously, but
Had us worried. The entire populace is on edge.
It's not like there's a Nidhogg around still, right? Or it's not like there's a... What else do we have? Like a Ladybuzz around, or... What was 3.3? Oh, 4.3. What was 4.3 in Stormblood? I don't even remember what happened there exactly. Oh right, Tsukuyomi. Yeah, that was probably also a little bit out of the blue, right?
So Alphino and the others are still out there.
I mean, obviously Calyx is still around, right? But I really hope we're not gonna conclude the Calyx arc in just the next patch already. That would be quite a waste of potential.
A civilian has been killed by a mechanical soldier here on Trueview.
That's interesting.
On the scene and reports that the problem unit has been subdued by another sentry.
That doesn't make sense. Only someone with the King of Resolve's authority could order a soldier to do that.
Galulja, what did you do? Obviously not. Was this like why?
Not good. I tried to check the status of the authority, but was blocked from the core system.
Yeah, it's like, why is the underground organization of Oblivion like the king's government basically right now, right? Shouldn't he have like systems in place and ministers and people that help him or whatever? Because he is still, in fact, the king of Alexandria, right?
Given recent developments, I'd wager that Calyx is responsible for this.
Well, obviously.
Perhaps we should go and see for ourselves.
It's me. There's been an incident in the outskirts.
A
A mechanical soldier attacked a local resident for no apparent reason. Fortunately, several nearby hunters dealt with the rogue machine, so everyone is safe. But if other soldiers were to... Wait, is that... Oh gods.
But if other soldiers were to... Yes, they do. Execute Order 66.
I'll try to lure them away and then lose them somehow.
Hey, Estinian. That's your cue.
Ill tidings, I take it.
Well, I guess the patch isn't over yet.
In the outskirts too?
You'll go and help Erenville, won't you? We couldn't forgive ourselves if he came to harm. I'll have Geo join you from Earth and Sky.
Geo, dude.
I'm coming too. I can't stay here while my people are in danger.
Maybe you should go somewhere where you could actually do something, you know? But okay. It's weird how royalty behaves, I guess, in this kingdom. Geo, can you hear me? Something's happened in the outskirts. Well, everything looks fine here, I would say, right? But this is how it is outside. These clouds. Ah, never mind. Finding Arenal is what matters right now. What clouds? Oh. Oh, you haven't been outside yet, I guess. Okay. The people here took care of me, giving me food and making sure I was alright. I can't bear to imagine the soldiers hurting them. I don't see Erenville. I pray he hasn't come to harm. Nobody wants that. Things have settled down here, but I still see no sign of Erenville. Let's split up and look for him. Luchasfin, please search in the settlement area. Meanwhile, the rest of us who can defend ourselves will head further out. Shouldn't you maybe leave one of us with Galuchansfin, you know, just to be safe? They are king and queen of this country, but okay. I guess they don't need a royal guard or anything. Terrified citizen. Oh, hello. I like how the Viper Through weapon looks when it's in its twin blade mode, because it looks like the Angel Wing weapon from Final Fantasy IX. I really like that. I mean, kinda. Right. I think it was called the Angel Wings, right? That was a close call. My thanks. As I was leading the soldiers away, I caught sight of this poor fellow being pursued. I went to help, but was rather out of my depth. We're lucky you found us when you did. It was me and not Muklamat! Yay! Finally, we're the main character again. But don't tell her yet, right? Don't tell her yet. She doesn't need to know yet. She's probably not gonna take it well. Anyway, I'm so glad you're safe. We were quite worried when we couldn't find you. We encountered soldiers on the way here, most paid us no mind, but some turned out to be hostile. There's no way to tell until they set on you. The ones here also attacked without any warning. If I hadn't been paying attention, I could have ended badly. Hopefully the others were able to escape. We should return to the outskirts and take stock. Malachite? No one thought that Galulja might have been behind the attacks. They know that he would never make the soldiers do them harm. Even so, he feels responsible for the machine's actions. This is a misplaced burden, and I pray it drives him not to despair. You know he's right next to you, right? Thank you, Yomi, for protecting everyone, but you shouldn't have had to. None of this would have happened if I could control the soldiers. The situation here appears to have been resolved, but I doubt we've seen the last of such incidents. You know, it's final days all over again, right? I didn't expect to see Malachite out here. Given his old trauma, I wonder if he'll be alright. Geo dude! My dude! We responded to Shale's call as quickly as we could. Others are out keeping an eye on soldiers nearby. I didn't expect to see you again so soon. Allow me to thank you again for your earlier help. You're welcome.
Right. We're none the worse for the wear. But let's see what the situation is here.
Geode and his people came and joined us while we were searching for you. After which we happened to encounter Malachite. His usher duties brought him here, and he has quite the story to tell.
Alright. Tell me.
It's a bit puzzling, to say the least. Even so, I'll try my best to explain. I was called to attend to the unfortunate soul slain by the mechanical soldier.
Already? Well, they're pretty quick with that. I mean, quicker than even us, right? That's kind of funny.
Yet, when I arrived, I found found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered.
Oh, this is fine. Right.
Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it.
How odd. Did they remember the victim at least?
They did. Their memories of the deceased weren't sent to the cloud, I don't believe. Yet, no body remained.
Hmm.
If someone took it, surely they would have been noticed.
I mean, there was the dust, right? Pretty sure the dust was the body, right?
With your permission, I shall return to the government sector for now. Please take care.
Sure, bye. Kind of funny how he's going to Alizé with Sphene and Galucha over there, right? Hmm.
This is terrible. Why would they make the soldiers do this?
Why indeed?
If preservation is behind the attacks, I fear this won't be the end of it.
It's also interesting because, well, I don't know if they said, I don't think they said if the person was wearing a regulator or not, the one that got attacked, right? Hmm. So we don't know if they would have had a soul cell or not, right?
And potentially 5,000 Endless are about to be born. What does Calyx hope to achieve with these killings?
I mean, he might need the energy, right? I mean, there was your simulants, well, not the simulants, but the Endless Fiends problem all along.
Does he seek to frighten people into registering them? Or perhaps...
I don't think so. Well, I mean, maybe. Uh-oh. I think something just hit the fan.
12, you answered. Shale told me what happened. Is everything all right?
Oh, no. Okay, he's just checking in now. Okay. I was just like, something must have happened, right? When everybody gets a call at the same time.
Is safe.
Oh, no, okay, never mind.
I do not have good news to share in return.
Maybe you should have started with that, Graham.
A driver lost control of his vehicle when its interface became unresponsive, and it crashed into the Nexus arcade, injuring several people.
Well, Square Enix, now you're scaring people off to self-driving cars.
Kyle and I are helping to
which is not a good thing.
aid, but with the Sentries behaving strangely, we can't afford to lower our guard. Remain vigilant, my friend.
Because they're proven to, you know, like, drive better than humans do anyways, so... But yeah.
I just received word from the backroom. A hover cargo on TrueView threw off its driver, and it's rampaging through the area as we speak.
A hover cargo? Okay, interesting.
Alphino had a similarly troubling report for me. Apparently, a riderless machine in the government sector came to life near a crowd clamoring for neo-regulators.
Well, I guess it's Skynet taking over.
It proceeded to mow down several citizens, causing serious injuries.
This is a tragedy. We must go and help the people.
Bye, Sphene.
Sphene, wait! I'm coming with you!
Sphene! Listen to... Sorry.
Alphino is with Y'shtola, and he said they'll be alright. I'll go and see if other incidents have occurred elsewhere. From here, I'll head towards the quarry by way of the Drift Downs.
Certainly a lot of hover cargoes coming and going in those parts. I'll join you.
I shall remain here and speak further with the locals. I have company now, so you needn't worry about me.
So how is this patch gonna end? Because it feels like the end must be imminent, right? But it's just gonna be like, yeah, we deal with that. You just go and relax. So what's gonna happen? What the heck?
Then let's return to Solution 9. If we hurry, we can catch up to Lamachi and Sphene.
Bye, Aaronville. Why are we running different paths? Oh, yeah, I guess the others wanted to go to the docks, right? Or something like that. Oh yeah, this looks a little more chaotic than it made the impression. That's more what I expected. No, does it mean I cannot use my air wheeler anymore? Oh come on. What about my M4 mount? They're probably not safe to drive with right now, right? Don't just look at her.
Sven's gone ahead. I leave her with you.
Sorry, I'm not on my scholar right now. I can stab her to... wait, what? Oh, I thought you would leave the girl with me. Well, okay. Never mind. I guess you meant speed. That makes more sense. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Never mind my rambling then. Hunters! Shoot back! Well, good thing some people know how to fight, right? Finally, I can make use of his abilities.
Bloody things have gone mad.
Why is this happening?
It is the final days all over again. Now just imagine them turning into beasts, right? But that was a cool shot. Phew. Can't speak for them though, you know, like she's literally standing there and they're still missing her.
Surely there's a finite number of these things.
Probably. Most likely. Not necessarily.
Please try to remain calm and make your way to resolution.
Yeah, remain calm when they are shooting at you. Right.
It's just like before. Until Roger unleashed the soldiers on us.
Kinda. It's actually pretty much the same, yes.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Was he even wearing a regulator? I didn't see one. And at least this time they're fighting back, not like last time.
No, you don't! Are you all...
Good thing that they're just slowly, menacingly walking towards people, right? Not really doing anything.
No! Why did you do that? Why? You can't just leave me alone like this. If we had been endless, then you'd still be here. You'd still be with me. But now...
Well, that's a little bit too quick, but sure. I feel like, doesn't that usually take some time, you know, like 5 stages of grief? Well, I guess it was denial and then whatever. No, not really denial. That's the point. She was just like, oh, whatever. It is interesting though that they, like after what Zeralja did with all the mechanical soldiers, that they didn't like put in any safeguards for that, right? That it couldn't be done again. Well, I guess they would have assumed that only Gilganos could do that. That's not the. That's not. Well, that's not Mila's mother, right? She was. Well, at least she isn't wearing the same clothes. For a second, I was like, "Wait, is it Honeybee Lovely?" Obviously it couldn't be, because unfortunately
This is wrong. This is all wrong.
because obviously the raid characters aren't part of the MSQ. Usually. Except for a favorite cat boy, obviously. And hopefully yet more to come. Really? Okay. Back to 12, you're all unharmed. Felt really weird because it was still the same cutscene, you know? But suddenly there's no more voice acting. The small solace amidst the tragedy, however. The machine rampage seems to have been only temporary. Soldiers and vehicles alike ceased to operate all at once, as if they had fulfilled their purpose. It's the same outside Everkeep, though members of Oblivion are keeping watch for good measure. Oh, we're probably gonna get a transmission by a certain little prodigy endless. It's gonna say something like, if you don't want to be blah blah blah, I don't know. They like doing that. First attacks came shortly after the announcement that neo-regulators had run out. Can't have been a coincidence. I struggle to imagine that anyone but Calyx could gain control of the soldiers. This must have served his ends in some way. Galulcha, are you still without your authority? It's fine now. I'm in control again. How do you know? I don't see any electronic equipment on you or something like that. Or is it something ether-based? I don't know. We might take the opportunity to shut down the machines. There's no guarantee this won't happen again. You know, like if he just tried to order one of the mechanical soldiers, then how does he know that it works for everyone, right? That his original authority has been restored. Lamati just talked with Everkeep's administrators about that. They said it wasn't so simple. The mechanical soldiers don't only serve as guards, they also perform various vital tasks, like providing medical treatment and managing food production. Okay, that's probably why they didn't really... Okay, I see. If we shut them down, we'd struggle to render aid to the citizens, let alone restore their lives to normal. I made it so they can't use weapons anymore, though. Hopefully that makes it a little safer. Right. Yes, guns are a problem. Not only the people that, you know, use them. Because if there is no guns, they cannot use them. That seems the best approach for now. Thank you for your swift action, Galuja. Powerlessness. Can't abide it no longer. No matter how much hardship and loss, we could endure if there was but happiness at the end. Yet all I see now is suffering and misery. And I cannot bear it. I want to protect the people for their happiness. I would do anything and everything. That already led you down a dangerous path before. Don't make the same mistake again. Please. Please lend me your aid. Yes, go help her. Get away from me. Oh, Sphene. You found the words I wished you'd said back then. Would you like to get a room? Our strength is yours, Sphene. Together we'll get through this. So what does it mean, exactly? Are we gonna bring in Tuliolan soldiers? Let us split up and get to work. Might I trouble you to report to Shale, my friend? Sure. He's probably gonna tell me to, yeah, we have everything under control. Please rest for 3 more months. Oh well. Get ready to fight in the arcade on Savage, I guess, because that's for sure what we need to do right after all of these developments here. Malachite and his fellows are tending to the deceased. His trauma must make the work difficult, but he's determined to do what he can. It pains me that the people were made to suffer even more after so much hardship and tragedy. You and yours saved many lives. I cannot thank you enough. I mean, you can try. Couriers and cleaners are clearing away the wrecks of vehicles and soldiers. It's the first step to getting things back to normal. It feels really, really surreal to us because it's like, it's just like it was 10 minutes ago for us. It feels already normal for us, unfortunately. It's been a trying day, but it seems the worst is behind us. What's the situation out there now? Stabilizing. You've moved quickly to restore things to normal, thank you. Yet while disarming the soldiers is indeed prudent, it is far from comprehensive measure when vehicles can be commandeered to inflict damage and sow chaos. For the time being, I'll set up people to keeping a close watch on machines. I also have in mind to consult the authorities about enlisting hunters to raid. I must regain my proficiency in magic. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. To that end, I shall seek advice from Y'shtola and Elise. Ooh, I wonder if Sween is gonna be, you know, like a more permanent member of the party in the coming expansions and stuff. Huh, that would be interesting. Among the books we recovered from the castle was a grimoire I once used. I hope to learn to wield it again at everyone's side. Scholar? Scholar is so 2013. As for the key, I think it best that it remains in your care, though it means you will bear the greatest risk. Well, it makes sense though, because, you know, like, I'm almost the strongest person here, right? Except for Wuklamot. Because Wuklamot's power level at this point is just like... He has even bigger plot armor than I have at this point, right? In order to ease your burden, I shall endeavor to become a capable warrior and make Otis and Zelenia proud. Alright, go on it. Ba-ba-da-ba. One final cutscene. Meanwhile, in living memory. Okay. That's where he's chilling out, I guess.
By illness weakened, by wounds unmade, by age decayed. Such fragile flesh is worthless to us.
Yeah, thank you, Victor. Yeah, what's up with the infusion there when you're in Endless, if you're in Endless?
Shall evolve. I have already arrived at the answer.
His clothes are clipping. Oh. Oh, that's it? Oh, okay.
Come to pose a new question.
Which is? Reprieve from death, but at what cost? For endless life, a legion lost. Oh, no second. Okay. Because of Eternity, was it? Well, that was a weird ending. Like, okay, new question. Yeah, but which one? Find out in 3 months, I guess. Well, not for you watching here, because I will probably release this after the release of the patch 7.3, right? So you have it all in one package. But for me now, it's like, yeah, 3 months. I mean, for you, it was probably the same when you played through this, right? So that's a weird moment to stop. Wouldn't you usually at least, you know, like, post a question? I'm pretty sure the answer is not going to be 42, right? Well, alright. Raha and Alfina patrol the city while Y'shtola and Elise continue treating Levin sickness and those injured in the attack. I shall stay here to help coordinate efforts, so I suggest taking the opportunity to get some rest. There we go. I couldn't fight them, and I couldn't even get my authority back when it was stolen. So what good am I? Still a kid, come on. I need to find a way to be more useful. I agree with that, though. He's a kid, yes, but he's still the king. For the time being, the plan is to send out rotating patrols while I attempt to determine exactly what happened with the king and resolve that authority. While a more comprehensive solution would be preferable, it's difficult to commit to anything knowing Calyx might have already accounted for the possibility. We've no choice but to be ready to respond in multiple ways at the moment's notice. And that is it! The end of patch 7.2 and also the end of this episode of Gilganos playing Dawntrail. Thank you so much for watching. I really like what they did with this patch. I really like this. This is showing promise, in my opinion, promise and potential. And now let's just pray and hope. Well, you at this point probably already know, because as I said, it's probably going to be after the release of 7.3. But me right now, it's just praying and hoping that they won't destroy it in the next patch again and just be like, yeah, Calyx arc over, whatever, let's start all over again, right? Looking forward to what's coming next. Keep on doing like this, Square Enix, keep on doing like this. Take care. Bye-bye.